Welcome. Yo, what's going on my beautiful governors? Welcome to a new video. On this video, I'm gonna give you guys the absolute best infantry marches in Rise of Kingdoms, and I have a list for high spenders and I also have a list for free-to-play / low spenders. So without wasting any more time, let's take a look at my top infantry pairings.
What is your profession?
So there is Guan Yu on the screen, and there is a reason for that, because our number one pairing is Guan Yu with a Leonidas. There are so many reasons why this pair is number one, but I'm just gonna briefly go over it because this pair has so much synergy. For example, if you take a look at Leonidas' first skill, it says if the current target is affected by silence, it takes an extra 50% damage, and what Guan Yu does, obviously, he has silence. Many people, including myself, we paired Guan Yu with Alex because we are low spenders / free to play. But the problem was, like, it's a great pair, don't get me wrong, but it's so squishy. And Guan Yu is all about damage, so he needs a tanky commander behind him. And it is, obviously the best one is Leonidas, because in his primary skill, it also gives 30% health bonus, which is the best stat in the game. And there are many reasons why, and we are going to explain it on a future video. But for now, just know that health is the best stat in the game. So the second skill is he gives 30% defense, so even more tankier now. Our Guan is even more tankier now, and plus 15% speed of rage gained. Like, Guan is all about active skill, right? His active skill is like one of the best in the game. You know, the silence, the AoE, the damage is crazy. And Leonidas gives him extra rage, like speed of rage, so it's amazing. Now, I said in the beginning of the video, the pairings are different for free to play and low spender, but the pairing is the same. It's Guan and Leo number one for both free to play and high spenders. The only difference is the number of sculptures you invest. If you're a high spender, max Guan Yu, max Leo, it's not a problem for you. But if you're a low spender, you have two options. You can either do what I did, which is maxing Guan Yu, and I'm just gonna stop at Leo at 5-5-1-1. The reason is his first two skills are just so good when you pair him with Guan Yu, and his third and fourth skill are already really good in the first level. Like, obviously the max is better, and that's why we have whales, that's why we have high spenders. But for us, we are just gonna stop at 5-5-1-1, because if you take a look at, let's say, the third skill, for example, if you max it, it's only 200 damage extra shield. Like, when you just unlock the skill, you already get 600 shield. So that's why we're just gonna stop at 5-5-1-1. The option 2 is you might take your chance and you might try to get lucky, and you might try to skip this second skill, 5 Tiger Generals on Guan Yu, because it's all about attacking strongholds or cities. So this is a rally skill, and if you're a low spender / free to play, like, we don't rally, man. Even though you have an equipment like this, and by the way, as you can see, I have no special talent on any of it. That's pretty unlucky. But we have to, like, we cannot max our technology in Season of Conquest because it takes like so much money. So we cannot rally. So we don't actually care about this skill, the second skill. His expertise is good, but it's not a must unlock. So you can just do like a 5-1-5-5. You might try to get a 5-1-5-5 Guan Yu, then you will be investing a lot less sculptures, but I decided to max him. So option number 1, max Guan Yu, Leo 5-5-1-1. Option number 2, Guan Yu at 5-1-5-5 and Leo at 5-5-1-1. Now, let's go to second pair, and it is Alexander the Great with Harald Sigurdsson. This is my number 2 pairing. As you can see, my Alex is max, and I only need like 30 more sculptures to max out my Herald, and then until the next KVK, like right now we are in a break, we are not in KVK, so until the next KVK I will be maxing out my Herald, so I will have Alex and Herald both maxed, and I will have Guan and Leo. Rest of my sculptures I will invest on Leo to get him to 5-5-1-1. So why Alex Herald is number 2 for free to play / low spenders? Because for high spenders we have a different pair. The reason is Alex is so good, and most of us have him. That's why we have to utilize Alex. When people see Alexander on the field, they tend to focus it, And Herald is not a defensive commander. In fact, he actually reduces your defense. It actually decreases quite a bit of defense. But the thing about Herald is, even if you get focused, like he has so many benefits, he has so much counterattack damage, he has so much skill damage. Even if you get focused down, your trades are still really good. And if they ignore you, oh my god, the trades are amazing. So we are gonna go with Alex and Herald. I don't need to explain why Alex is so good because most of us already know that. And Herald just works so good with Alexander. So our second pair is Alex with Herald. But if you're a high spender, obviously you can easily access Pakal and Maxim. So the better pairing is obviously Pakal and Herald. It's better than Alex. Pakal is just so tanky. It actually synergizes so well with Herald. Plus it's a both open field and a rally pair. So you got the utility, you got the defense, you got the counterattack damage. Like you have everything on this pair. But as a low spender slash free to play, as you can see, I couldn't even unlock Pakal. So I'm just going to leave him for high spenders. If I could unlock him, I will max him and I will pair him with Herald. And I will pair Alex with someone else. I'm going to get to that. So Pakal and Herald is the second best pair for a high spender. Now we move on our third pair. And by the way guys, if you find any of the information useful so far, please hit the like. And if you don't want to miss any future videos, all you need to do is to hit subscribe. It only takes 1 second and it helps the channel a lot. When you're a free to play, when you're a low spender, everybody tells you to max YSG. So you do, you usually do, and I did as well. So we have to utilize this YSG, okay? Even if we focus on infantry, even if you focus on, I don't know, Cavs, you have to use YSG somehow. And to do that, we are just going to use Charmatel. The best free legendary. What I mean by free is he's a gold key commander. Like I haven't invested any legendary sculptures on Charmatel. And we are almost at 5535. So probably like in a few months I will be able to max him. But even if he is not maxed, he's still good to go with YSG. The reason is his first skill gives 30% increased damage for 4 seconds. When you have Char's primary and YSG secondary, you will have extra 30% damage on YSG's active skill. It gives the tankiness that YSG needs because when people see his YSG, they just start attacking. They just want to kill it so fast because, you know, the YSG's crazy AoE damage. And we have a bit of tankiness and we also have the counterattack damage, which is very useful when you get focused down. So we have as our third match as a free-to-play slash low spender just to utilize our YSG, we have Charles Martel with YSG. Full infantry, obviously. Now, if you're a high spender, you want to pair Pakal with Herald, so your Alex is free. So what you're going to do, you are going to pair Alex with CJ. When you take a look at CJ's skills, it's all about damage. There is nothing defensive almost, like there's just movement speed. And Alex also has very high movement speed, so it's a very mobile pairing. But there is no defense. Like if you're a high spender, you have to use Pakal with Herald because it's much better than Alex and Herald. Alex and Herald is so good, but let's be honest, Pakal and Herald is way better. But you have to use Alex because Alex is just so good on the field, so good on the open field. It's really good for you, it's really good for your team. It has the debuff, it has the march speed, it has the shield and all that good stuff. So you have to use Alex, and the best way to use Alex is to pair him with CJ. Is it squishy? Yes, it is. And since you're a high spender, healing shouldn't be a problem for you. So even if you get focused down, even if you get killed, even if your hospital is full, you should be able to heal your hospital pretty easily because you are a high spender. So to recap the whole video, if you're a free to play or a big spender, Guan Yu and Leonidas is your number one pair. If you're a high spender, max Leo. If not, leave him at 5511. So second pair for free to play low spender is Alex Herald. By the way, both needs to be max, but the good thing is they both are wheel commanders, so it's way more easier to max them rather than a Mighty's governor commander. So Alex and Herald, and the third match is to utilize our gold key commander, infantry gold key commander, which is Charmata, which is a really good commander to be honest. But our goal is to utilize YSG, so we are using Charmatel and YSG. If you want, you can just swap it around. You can use Herald with Charles to get the maximum amount of counterattack damage Alex with YSG. But the problem is, then Alex and YSG becomes so squishy, it doesn't have any counterattack damage, it gets focused down so quickly, and you cannot punish the swarmers. So my favorite one is to pair Alex with Harold and YSG with Charles. So your second pair, if you're a high spender, obviously it's Pakal with Harold. Your third infantry pair is Alex with CJ. And since you're a high spender, you will have access to Nebuchadnezzar and you will be able to max him, so you can use your YSG with a proper archer commander, which is a Nebu YSG pair, which is an amazing pair. So you don't need to care about utilizing YSG because you will have, a bunch of archer commanders maxed. But as a free-to-play, as a low spender, we have to consider every single detail. So thank you guys a lot for watching. This is the end of the video. I hope you guys liked it. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And if you did, a simple like and subscribe helps the channel a lot. By the way, I hope you can see the text. It says, don't forget to tell us your favorite infantry march and tell me your favorite infantry march and why. Tell me why it's your favorite. I'll see you guys on the next video. Bye.